Fire up Nation!
Hello from Sapa, Vietnam. Look at these views. Am I right?
Check it, then check it again.
I'm trying to move, but
check it over there.
do you see some
Check it back here.
beautiful rice fields, winding roads? See the river over there? I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. And we have learned some lessons here while we've been looking out at these beautiful views. Reed, tell the people of Fire Nation, it hasn't been just beautiful views, sunshiny skies lately for us, but we are here to tell you about it. So, what have we learned in Sapa, Reed?
Well, one, that it's gorgeous.
It is. And I truly love the views.
You know, being out here, breathing in the nature and waking up to this every morning is a really great place. You know, if we we're just kicked back and chilling, like, I mean, I think anybody could just say it's kind of like a kind of feeling. So one is enjoy where you're at, especially when you got just epic heavenly views and you're just in a gorgeous mountain valley. Two, Cac and Tuss might be the cutest puppies in Vietnam. They're
we will post some
they're these little,
gorgeous and
few-month-old puppies that are as cute as can be. But
Cac's my favorite.
maybe
Tuss is Reed's.
yeah, Tuss loves me. Cac loves Grayson, but who's counting? And then third and most importantly is like we're learning that if you're having to force something, or if if you're planning on doing a certain thing, like for us it was work this week or this last few days that we've been here, and you're at it and it's just not going your way and you're finding yourself like really confrontational. Well, I mean,
what do you mean?
And it's just not it's not flowing. Well, that's likely something inside you that's cutting yourself off from the flow, because when you're in a epic gorgeous place and you came in with a certain intention, with high spirits from your heart, with inspiration, then that's how it should feel when you're doing it. So when you're experiencing something that's not that, and you have awareness to it, I mean, and definitely like look outside yourself and say, well, why is this? Because it could either be something going on with you that you need to address and heal, or it could be something that the universe is trying to tell you, hey, you need to stop and enjoy this mountain valley view, because that's what you're really here for. So look inside yourself and then look for the signs, because if you're forcing it, it's like I've heard life's like a fart. If you have to force it, it's likely shit.
You gotta be careful.
So that's true, right? So just be aware of that. Like
No need to
inspired
force it.
things when you're coming into them should feel inspired when you're doing them, and not otherwise you might be cutting yourself off from the flow. So how have we experienced that in real terms, Gracelyn? Like how what's it look like for us? Raw and real, authentic.
Raw and real. I think there is absolutely an element of control that you don't as a person always realize it's happening, but when you're like so stuck on the how it needs to happen, well, I want to do it this way, and obviously this way is right because it makes complete sense to me, and you're trying to control not only the situation but maybe somebody else's flow or inspiration, then I feel like that creates conflict, because Grayson's world and how it makes sense isn't necessarily Reed's world, and we've had this sometimes combative energy, because I do think we work and operate very differently. Both have creative juices flowing, but as soon as I expect Reed to work on something and it look how it would for me, then I'm actually limiting his creative flow and actually maybe even prohibiting the business and the movement that we're growing to actually be the best it can be, because instead of us each giving the best and providing that energy of what our gifts are, we're trying to make it look like each other's. And I think that's, if I had to boil it down, kind of what we were doing is, it's like, oh well, I have this great idea, and like, here, sit with me and let's do this together, is how it ended up looking, because we're building this together, we're excited about it, but it doesn't always look the same way. And when we need each other's work and inspiration and flow to look like ours personally does. I just think that that's when you're forcing it, and that's when it is shit, because we each are, I would like to think, amazing people with a lot of gifts to bring, but as if we're trying to control it, then that's where we're really getting off track. And as soon as we let that go and we're really just like, oh, what are you inspired to do? Like, oh, I wanted to go make a reel. We made our first reel, guys. Go check it out. Big Adventure Living. You can see full moon party.
Guys, check out our Instagram on Big Adventure Living.
Yes, and Reed has been so pumped and excited about making a reel because, guys, he loves to dance. It's a way to like show off your creative inspiration, energy. And we kind of kept kicking that can down the road, like, well, we need to do this update on, we need to write this. And it was just like this building up of like, well, I just want to make it, And then we made it. It's awesome. So check it out.
And that's where we're posting all of our travel content.
Yes.
We've been out here traveling the world for 2 years. And so, we're finally really putting a lot of that out there and putting a lot of our creative spirit into Big Adventure Living on Instagram. And we got a lot of other big things coming with the Big Adventure Living brand, but first and foremost, go follow that and check it out. So that's what you got.
Can't force it.
Don't force it.
You be you, boo.
You be you. Go with flow. And I will say this too, because this is one last thing that I learned. At any point in time when you do find yourself like butting heads, it's a circular thing and it takes two to tango always. So if you're arguing, with your partner or really with anybody, it's within your power to shut that down, right? So you have to participate to keep that perpetuating that argument or that conflict. So if you're, the responsible one taking responsibility for all of it and your part in it, then you can simply shut it down. You can turn off your resistance and just acknowledge that, hey, you know what, I got triggered, I'm in an argument here that this isn't really serving me, it's not serving us, and then you can move on. So it's
I've heard the practice of even we haven't quite done this yet, but we're working on it, about take 5, 5 minutes, walk away, literally don't talk, be silent, go meditate, do whatever you need to just chill out, go on a run. And if in 5 minutes it still matters that much, probably won't. But then you have a different perspective to come at it, because sometimes you just get in this cycle and you're just well, I can't stop now. I
gotta win.
I gotta win, man. I've gotten this far. I really have a good point. I gotta make sure you get it.
Yes.
But sometimes it's just hey, chill. I acted wrong, or maybe I misstepped here, but hey, let's just take a breather. Let's get back on it. We are in a good flow and let's keep going. And honestly, if we could do that a little better, I think we would have a little less conflict. But we are absolutely going with flow now.
So I think what you're trying to say is I'm right, and I appreciate you acknowledging that.
Oh, so quick tip here. He's left-handed, I'm right-handed, but we always sit on the wrong side where we're like this. So I came up with the phrase, Graceland's always right. So then I'm always on the right-hand side. He's always on the left, and it always works.
Hand. All right, guys.
Anyways, we'll close it off.
We're going on a big adventure. We're going to be coming to you from some cool spots all around Northeast Vietnam. We're about to hop on the back of a bike, each of us, for the next several days.
Because I would not trust myself driving a motorcycle.
Yes.
But that's cool.
This is what Big Adventure Living's all about. Say yes to adventure. We love you. Talk to you soon.
See you later.